Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. As always, I am super excited to share with you another gardening video. Guys, it is a cold day in Houston. It's a little bit chilly. Fall is here, but the temperatures are very manageable. Okay, it goes down to about 50 degrees, and for us Houstonians that is cold. Anyway, today's video is going to be a full garden tour, a fall full garden tour video, because this is fall. It's the last Sunday in October, and I just wanted to show you, give you an update of what is going on in the garden and some new things that I have been working on, some very exciting things that I've been working on. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Yaje, and I do grow these rare, unique, culturally important African vegetables here in Zone 9A, that is in Houston, Texas. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and on this channel I educate and I motivate others to grow these vegetables in their backyard, because it's all possible. All right, let's go find out what is going on with the garden. So guys, behind me are my bitterleaf plants. I've still been harvesting them, and guess what guys, they are starting to form like little tiny flower buds. Come, let me show you. So guys, these are my bitterleaf plants. As you can see, I can still harvest them. These are the broadleaf bitter leaves, the Boya Southwest type of bitter leaves. When I say Southwest, that is in Cameroon. And like I said, they are starting to form flower buds. So yeah, in the next couple of weeks, this should bloom. So that is how the bitter leaf, that is Vernonia amygdalina, the flower bud looks like. See, they're starting to form flower buds. And then this is the other kind of bitter leaf. Sometimes you can confuse the two, but this is a different type of bitter leaf. This one is Vernonia hymenolepsis. It's not as bitter as this one. So see, this, they are growing together. You can mix up the two, but this is different from this. So yeah, my bitter leaves, and this is the other one that I have growing in a grow bag. I've had this for over 2 years. When you have that bitter leaf growing in a fabric bag like this, what happens is the roots are going to penetrate the fabric bag, and now it's growing in ground. That is why it keeps growing. So guys, if you're growing bitter leaves in a container, I am going to recommend that you put it in a grow bag, and if you leave it in the garden, it's just gonna keep growing. And then let me show you my scent leaf. This is the holy basil, Ocimum gratissimum, right here. It is still doing well. It's been producing a bunch of flowers and seeds. You see, I've been told you can regrow this from stems. I've not tried regrowing it from stems yet, but I've been told you can regrow it from stems. Let me show you the flowers. All right, so that is the scent leaf flower. See, the bees around here really love it. See that? So yeah, when it's still green like that, the seeds are not yet mature. You harvest the flower head when it turns brown. When it turns brown, then you would have mature seeds when it starts to turn brown, like so. Okay, so that's my scent leaf. And over here is where I have my sunken garden, which just means that I put containers, I cut up containers, the bottom, and then dug the ground and buried part of the container in ground right here. And what you find in my sunken garden right now, bitter leaf stems. Okay, so every time I harvest the bitter leaves, I save the stems. I first put it in water. See that? So I put it in water, and then once it starts to produce side shoots like so, then I transfer that in ground so I can multiply my bitter leaf. So this little space right here, I am growing the bitter leaves. I don't think it's going to survive the winter, but it's closer to the house. Hopefully I can cover the plants up during the winter, and then they can survive. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. But yeah, these are the bitter leaf stems in my sunken garden. And over here we have even more bitter leaves. Again, guys, that is a fabric bag. This is a very old bitter leaf plant. You can tell from how thick the stem is that this is an ancient, it's a very old one. I've had it for so many years. Again, because it's in a fabric bag, the roots have penetrated the bag and it's now growing in ground. But yeah, then let's keep going. Over here I have fabric bags, and guess what's growing in the fabric bags? This is the njama, which is the huckleberry. I am growing huckleberry for my Thanksgiving table. These have been about 3 weeks old, I want to say, and I've been thinning it out. And transplanting them over here. You can see this is where I started the seeds. I just threw a bunch of seeds. You can see how crowded it is. And then over here, I then transplanted, the veggies over here, as you can see. So these will be ready for Thanksgiving, which is in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks now. Okay. Along the fence, I got rid of a bunch of things that were over here, and I transplanted more of the njama, what we know as the njama. That is Solanum scabrum. It is a culturally meaningful vegetable for tribes in the northwest region of Cameroon, where I am originally from. These are freshly transplanted. So when you transplant it, it wilts and then it's going to pick up. Okay, so yeah, even more njama on this bed. It's a very quick growing veggie, so you can definitely grow it in the fall and harvest before winter gets here. Guys, this is sweet bitter leaf. Okay, I also started the sweet bitter leaf from seeds for this fall, and I am experimenting with it. I'll see how it goes. I started it in a container, the seeds, and then transplanted them over here. Okay, let's keep going. I'm experimenting with okra right here. I know okra is a heat-loving veggie, but why not? Let's just see how it goes. Hey, and here is kalaloo. The seeds volunteered themselves all over the garden, and so I just transplanted these over here. I'm going to get a harvest for that Thanksgiving table. And guys, this is what we know as kablar. There's a name for it, but it's a crucifer. It's a cruciferous vegetable, I believe. I'm going to put the scientific name on the screen, but yeah, I threw the seeds here and it's growing. Over here, more of that njama. I just put it all over the garden. Again, it's a quick growing crop. Once I harvest it for Thanksgiving, it will probably be the end of that, which is okay. Guys, let's talk about my sweet potatoes. Look at that. Look at my sweet potatoes. It has completely taken over 2 beds. Just a couple of vines that I planted. The thing about these sweet potatoes is I planted it late in June. You should plant your sweet potatoes earlier on in the season because it takes a while to mature. I see everyone harvesting their sweet potatoes, but mine is nowhere near harvesting. I'm just going to leave the sweet potatoes here and harvest whenever the frost gets here. I don't know, because it's not ready for harvesting yet. These sweet potatoes are special because they are sweet potatoes from Cameroon. It's the type of sweet potatoes that we grew up eating. And so when I had the opportunity to grow it, it was kind of late in the season, but I went ahead and put the vines anyway. And now, as you can see, it has taken over my garden beds. But I think it can also serve as a cover crop. I don't know. So yeah, my sweet potatoes, guys. All right, what I'm going to show you next is what is known as jute leaf or ewedu or keren. Yeah, guys, I don't know why I planted this jute leaf. I was just so excited. It has now grown so tall. I have never harvested it even once, I am ashamed to say. Right now, I'm waiting for it to produce seeds, and then I will save them for next year. I had no idea this thing grew this big and that tall. Look at that. So yeah, I got so excited and I wanted to try a bunch of veggies this year. The jute leaf or ewedu was part of it. It did well, just that I did not ever feel like cooking it. So whatever. I'll harvest the seeds. Guys, these are greens, African greens or Nigerian greens. This is F4 tete, freshly transplanted in containers. So yeah, these are very quick growing greens as well that you can plant in the fall. It's ready for harvest in 30 to 45 days. All right guys, let's go over to the other side of my backyard and I'm going to show you the most exciting, my ugu or my fluted pumpkin. Guys, look at what we have right here. Look at that. Look at that. I can say that I've been successful with growing the fluted pumpkin. This is the most I have ever had. Oh my God, it's been a rough journey, but guys, guess what? We finally have ugu pots. We finally have the fluted pumpkin pots. We finally got female flowers and we have a couple of them. The only thing now is it is kind of late in the season. This thing takes a while to grow and mature to produce the seeds. So I have the challenge to figure out how to manage this through the winter. But even if I don't keep the pots alive during the winter, I am still happy that I got to the point of producing the ugu pots. Let me show you. And guys, my okra plants, it is still growing and producing and I'm still not harvesting them. They're all going to be seeds. So these are all mature seeds, the brown pods. I'm going to harvest them. And this particular okra is a rare variety known as the white velvet okra. White velvet okra. So I'm trying to preserve this okra because not many of them are around. That's why I've not been harvesting and growing them for seeds. They need to be harvested. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you were motivated, you were inspired to grow a garden of your own. Now guys, it's probably late to start a garden right now in October, but there's a lot you can do. You can start sourcing seeds. You can, just go outside and see where you could put a garden, start putting the supplies together, start learning about how to grow some of these veggies and prepare for the spring when you can start gardening. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you have not yet done so, and I will see you in my next one. Grow a garden so you can grow health. Bye guys.